blogging is. It's a lot like being a jazz musician. You want to play all your licks, and then things get interesting, because after that you have to actually come up with new and creative ideas. So in this case, I had some licks I was gonna deal with, but no, I'm just gonna talk and see what happens, because that's more interesting. And what is the case? The case is that it's Friday. Friday's about idealism. But I think that's really kind of interesting. How Elon Musk is kind of like, he's made, like, if I go back to my books, before I start on these 10 books, there's a couple books that I didn't finish that I wrote in the 80s and 90s and stuff. And a lot of them were about Elon Musk type ideas, like how to green the world. But he has a business model. I didn't have a good business model. To get the bottom of it, you have to be selling cars or something. Because I had all these pie-in-the-sky ideas with no basis in reality. I think his thing's better. And it might work, like we might all be in solar houses in a few years, driving electric cars. But will there be Teslas? I don't know. Probably there'll be some Asian things and others. Man, it's gonna get cheap though. It's like 35, it's gonna be a high-end car in about 2 years. That'll be kind of okay. Like a used Type 3 Tesla will be like 15 grand in those days. Or if those days will ever show up. That'll be interesting. We'll find out when we find out. I have a couple things I want to talk about, but they're maybe unsafe to talk about. Like, really. Well, I figured out unfriend finally. It took me 6 months, but I finally got rid of some of the people who were annoying me. And one guy was a kind of terrorist. I mean, he seemed like a nice guy, but he wanted to kill all the white infidels. And I'm being a white infidel myself. I felt a little challenged by that, so I unfriended him. And Becky Biggie's boobs, or whatever her name was, there was probably a bot that was trying to sell me things, and I got rid of her too. But the cool thing is when I go to my friend request, there's like people have 1,000 friends and mutual friends, or 800 and lots of mutual friends. So I used to take only people with 20, but now I'm taking only people with 800. Because it's a buyer's market when there's quite a lot of people doing that thing. So we've established that jazz musicians don't want to use their riffs as they can't help it. And other than that, unfriend. And now the third point is that iMovie's giving me hell because Apple doesn't like weak passwords anymore. I used to always use pretty dodgy passwords, but I don't know. It's like I spent about 4 hours this morning putting in new passwords, and I finally figured out um, the password that they called strong on their page, but it's still there's no like accept button or done or anything, so I don't know what to do. Luckily, I have backup of most things now, so the things I threw away yesterday won't be a problem, even if I can't buy new ones on iTunes or get new ones because they're free. But really, the whole notion of complex passwords is kind of self-defeating because it's hard to remember them. So you have to write them down, and then people can find them and figure out what they are. I thought I heard something about passwords going into the past, but not. It's like they're even harder to deal with now. I mean, the bottom line is that as an act of desperation, 79 shows is quite a lot. So it's not that desperate. It's always going to happen. I'm 2 weeks ahead. So if something gets held up for 2 weeks, that's just how it goes. And I mean, in the end, the show tends to go up. I mean, it's been good for my talking. I think I'm talking better. But the main lesson was that you have to be healthy to talk well. I mean, at 100, I'll probably go to practicing walking and do 100 shows on that. That'll be interesting. We'll have to start exercising pretty soon. And I haven't done a song of the day yet. That's a featured action too. I mean, I put up myself singing when I was a kid, but that's a different story than now. It's like 50-year-old guys probably shouldn't try singing. They're kind of too old, but maybe that's why I should do it. I like breaking rules. I like it when you're not supposed to do something and I just do it. Anyway, but happy Friday to you and have a good weekend.